Hi, my name is Taylor Gabel. I am doing the um, case notes for Chance Arnold, who is a 31-year-old advertising executive. Uh, our differential diagnosis is exhibitionistic disorder. This is the only one, and we ruled that in. The primary diagnostic features of which are an intense desire, fantasy, or behavior involving exposing genitalia to strangers. 2. Sexual urge has been present for at least 6 months. And he meets both those criteria quite thoroughly. Go Chance. So, we're just going to jump right into Chance's story. Chance likes to walk up to unsuspecting young damsels and flash his wiener at them. His erect wiener, you know. Uh, and he doesn't necessarily come to completion or anything like that, but he finds it very sexually titillating. It really gets his jollies. Uh, but so recently, he came in seeking like help for this because recently he almost got caught as he was engaged in this behavior. He was flashing someone, and a police cruiser came around the corner, and he had to book it like all heck. So he's kind of realizing that this could really screw up his life and that he needs some help. Let's see, what else? Let's go into the backstory a little bit because it's really interesting. So, as you may have guessed, Chance had a little bit of a repressed childhood. He was the son of a preacher who always um, depicted sex as a very unclean act and kind of shamed it. Like, there's a lot of shame around sexuality in Chance's growing up. Um, he's the only child. His father was very cold and distant and just kind of weird family dynamics. Um, so, in contrast to this kind of Puritan view on sex, his mom bathed him till he was about like 12 years old, which is kind of late to, be involved in your little boy's bath time. She would also walk around partially disrobed, and so, you know, kind of flaunting what she had. And Chance was always like terrified he was going to get a boner, or excuse me, erection. It's not very scientific talk. Um, he was always scared he was going to get an erection while his mom was bathing him, which never happened, but he did like find his mom sexually attractive, and that created this huge kind of weird conflict in his head. Um, he was forbidden for dating during high school, and not a lot of contact with girls. He didn't have his first date till he was like 24. Yeah, 24. He never masturbated between the age of 13 and 18. And after his first date was at 24 was when he finally he couldn't even like initiate like a good night kiss with the girl, and that was the first time he really had this like overwhelming urge to, woo, flash his genitals at people. And ever since then he's been doing this pretty darn consistently, and he always feels guilty after it. He always feels guilty after it, but he can't really stop himself. Um, oh wow, no, he does ejaculate. When she reacted with shock and fear, he was surprised to discover that he felt even more aroused and at that point ejaculated. So yeah, he gets to the point of like ejaculation over showing his wiener to people, which is pretty cool, I guess. But other than that, Chance has never had any sort of sexual intercourse, and he rarely goes on dates or anything like that. He just has no idea how to interact with women on a more intimate or normal scale. And so yeah, that's about it. So we're gonna go. Oh, and he still never actually had sex. Yeah. So we are going to go to the multi-axial diagnosis, which um, Chance may have a deficit of serotonin, which would no. Oh God, I am donking this up. Multi-axial diagnosis. Axis A, exhibitionistic disorder. Axis 2, none. Axis 3, none. Axis 4, near brush with the police. Axis 5, general assessment of functioning, is 78. And then theoretical perspectives are the biological perspective. Chance may have a deficit of serotonin, which would explain his compulsive behaviors. In addition, dopamine is secreted in normal amounts when Chance exposes his genitalia to unsuspecting women, which creates a pleasurable feeling, encouraging him to repeat the act. Then we have the behavioral perspective. He may have a faulting learning experience, in this case, classical conditioning. The stimulus being showing his genitalia to strangers, and the response to sexual arousal and release from doing so. And then operant conditioning positively reinforces this by the pleasure he gets from doing so. All right, that's Chance for you. Hope he figures it out.